Friends, let me ask you a question. Ever heard about estate planning? Have you designated who will inherit your property when you are gone? Have you written your will? In this video, we will show you how to write a will on your own. As you journey through life, I'm sure you have managed to acquire assets here and there, parcels of land, houses, shares. You have built a business or businesses, and all this while raising a family. The question is, what happens to your wealth when the inevitable happens? It is definite that at some point, we will not be there and the people we leave behind will have to inherit our properties. Property distribution is a very acrimonious exercise. The only way to get sanity in this process is if you, the property owner, distributes them when you are alive. This can be done properly and legally through a document called a will. Hence, our video today seeks to define what a will is, state its importance, and even show you a sample. That was a long introduction, but it was worth it. Let us go straight into it. Will and testament. A will and testament, often simply referred to as a will, is a legal document that outlines how a person's property and assets will be distributed after their death. It can also specify other important information such as who will be the guardian of any minor children, who will be the executor of the will, and any specific instructions or wishes the person has for their funeral or burial. Creating a will is an important step in planning for the future and ensuring that your wishes are carried out after you pass away. It can also help to avoid conflicts or disputes among family members and loved ones. It's generally recommended that everyone, regardless of age or financial status, create a will. To create a valid will, you typically need to be of sound mind and over the age of 18. The will must be in writing, signed by the person creating it, always known as the testator, and witnessed by at least two people who are not beneficiaries named in the will. It's important to keep your will updated as your circumstances and wishes change over time. If you have any questions about creating a will or the process of estate planning, it's best to consult with an experienced attorney who can provide guidance and advice tailored to your individual situation. Why a will is important in estate planning. A will is an essential part of estate planning because it allows you to control how your assets and property will be distributed after you pass away. Without a will, the distribution of your assets will be determined by the laws of the state where you live, which may not reflect your wishes or your family's needs. This can result in family conflicts and legal battles over your estate. Here are some reasons why a will is important in estate planning. Decide who inherits your assets. A will allows you to specify who will inherit your property, money, and assets after your death. You can leave your assets to your spouse, children, siblings, or other individuals or charities you choose. Name a guardian for your minor children. If you have minor children, a will allows you to name a guardian to take care of them if you and your spouse pass away. This can give you peace of mind knowing that your children will be cared for by someone you trust. Minimize family conflicts. A will can help prevent family conflicts over your estate by clearly outlining your wishes and intentions. This can help reduce the likelihood of disputes between family members over your assets. Choose an executor. A will allows you to choose an executor, the person who will be responsible for carrying out your wishes and managing your estate after you pass away. This can be a trusted family member or friend, or a professional executor such as a lawyer or financial advisor. Provide for your loved ones. A will allows you to provide for your loved ones in the way that you see fit. For example, you may want to create a trust to provide ongoing financial support for a family member who has special needs. What are the sections of a will? The specific sections of a will can vary depending on the jurisdiction and the complexity of the estate being planned. However, there are some common sections that are typically included in most wills. Here are the common sections of a will. Introduction. This section typically includes the name of the person creating the will known as the testator and a statement that the document is their last will and testament. Declaration. This section declares that the testator is of sound mind and understands the consequences of creating a will. It may also include a statement revoking any prior wills or codicils. Appointment of executor. This section names the person who will be responsible for carrying out the testator's wishes after they pass away. The executor is responsible for managing the estate, paying debts and taxes, and distributing assets to beneficiaries. Appointment of guardian. If the testator has minor children, this section names a guardian who will be responsible for the children's care if both parents pass away. Bequests and specific gifts. This section lists any specific gifts or bequests of property or assets that the testator wants to give to specific individuals or organizations. Residuary estate. This section specifies how any remaining assets or property that are not specifically bequeathed in the will should be distributed. Trusts. If the testator wants to create a trust to manage assets or provide for a beneficiary, this section will outline the terms of the trust. Funeral and burial instructions. This section can include the testator's preferences for their funeral or burial, such as whether they want to be cremated or buried, and any specific instructions or wishes. Witnesses. The will must be signed by the testator in the presence of witnesses who also sign the document to attest to its validity. That is all for today on this topic. In our next discussions on this topic, we will have an advocate's input. Remember, our goal is to make these topics easy for you. Bye for now.